Alright guys, so this video is going to give you instructions on how to take an image and turn it into a pixel using the grid. So right here I have a blank grid. This is something that's going to be I'm going to share to you guys, and you'll find it in your Google Drive. So to find this, you'll just go to your drive, you'll go to shared with me. It's this tab down here on the left. You'll click on that and it will be in that section. So when you go to this, you will want to first go to File up in the top left, click on that, then go down to Make a Copy. So this blank grid right here is the copy that everybody's going to be using. So you want to make sure that you don't do your project on this, because this is the blank one that everyone needs to make their own copy of. So you'll click on Make a Copy. And you can label it whatever you want to, just to kind of keep it straight. This is going to be, I'm just going to label it Pixel Practice. All right, yep, you just want to save it, then hit OK. And then it's going to open up a brand new tab that is going to have the same exact thing, but it will be your own copy that only you will work with, and you will do your image in here. So if you also go back to your Google Drive, I will have shared a Google Doc with you guys that is titled Simple Objects to Pixelate. So on this document, I have like 6 different images for you guys to choose from. These are just going to be just simple images that I don't want you guys to spend too much time worrying about all the tiny details of. But I have 6 for you guys to choose from: a banana, some ice cream, basketball, a flower, some pepperoni pizza, and a Vans shoe. So the shoe is going to be a little bit more complicated than the other objects, but I thought it would be fun because it already has kind of the checkered board pixel pattern on the shoe here, so I thought that might be fun for you guys to try. So what I want you guys to do is we're going to do a grand total of 3. So you're going to choose 3 of these images, and you're going to practice turning them into pixels. That's just all we're going to do this week. So you'll need to make a copy of this labeled blank grid 3 times so that you'll have 3 of these grids to make your images on. So we're just starting out. I'm going to choose one image here. Let's try this flower. So you're going to click on the image here. You're going to right click, hit copy, or you can do the quicker way, Control C. But you're going to copy that. You're going to go up to the grid thing that you copied for Google Draw, and you're going to right click and hit paste, or Control V. So you'll notice that it pasted on top of my grid, and I want this image underneath it so that I can use the grid to fill in and make the pixels. It also came out really small, so if you want to, you can go down to the corner here and drag it out and make it a lot bigger. Because if it's bigger, you're going to have more space for the pixels, and you're going to be able to put a little bit more detail in there. So now I'm just going to kind of line it up with my A, with all my letters on the top and my numbers down the side. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to right click. It's going to open up the screen. We want to push our photo back behind the grid. So you're going to go to Order. You're going to go to Send Backward or Send to the Back. If you just send to the back, it goes all the way to the very back, and that's where we want it. So we sent it all the way to the back, and so we have our grid on top of it, which is what we want. So what we're going to do with this grid is each of these little squares is an individual little square that you guys are going to click on and change the fill color of so that we can get our little pixels. So with that, you're going to look at each square and kind of figure out what is the main color of it. So if I start in the middle here, the main color of that square, like the biggest color that I see, is going to be yellow. I do see some other colors in there. I see some dark purple, I see some brown, but the main color I see in this square is going to be yellow. So I'm going to click on the square, have it selected, and then I'm going to go up into my options up here. And so there's a fill color and a border color. The border color you're just going to leave alone. It's okay if it has the black border around each square. That's perfectly fine. We want to go to fill color. So it's going to have all of these colors here. One of these colors, I might just go ahead and use this yellow or use some of these yellows down here. But if you don't find the color that you need for your object, you can click custom down at the very bottom, and it's going to let you find the exact color that you need and change the color to where you want it. So the yellow on the flower is a little bit more of an orange, kind of a yellow, orange, a golden color. So I'm going to move it about right there. I think that looks good. So then you're going to hit OK. And it filled in the square. So if you click off of it, that entire square is that nice golden yellow. So the nice thing if you make a custom color is if you click on another square that you want to fill with the same color, you just do that. You go back up to the fill color, and our custom color is down at the bottom. It saves it, it remembers it. And you can just do that to fill in other pixels that are that same color. Now, if I look down at this one here, this yellow looks a little bit darker than the yellow squares that I have around it. So if I click on it, then go back up to fill color, what I can do is click on custom and go back and make it just a little bit darker. So it was about right there. So I'm going to make it a little bit more orange. And I can also move this circle here and move it a little bit closer to the black if I want it darker, or the white if I want it lighter. And it's going to show you how it's changing as you move the circle. So I think about right there is good. And so I'm going to hit OK. Click off. Yeah, that looks about right. Now, if you made a color and you thought that, okay, this doesn't really work, you can click on that same one, click on this, and go and change it just a little bit. I'm noticing this yellow right here is kind of close to the yellows that we have in here. So I'm going to click on this dark yellow one and see if it gets a little bit closer. Yeah, I think that's a really good match. So I'm going to leave that. So as you start moving outward onto the other pixels that have more than one color, you have to be the one to decide what color you're going to fill that pixel with. So a general kind of a rule that can kind of help you figure out what to do is if it is filled halfway with one color or more, make the square the color that is halfway or more. So if I look at this square right here, this K7 square, it's about halfway yellow and halfway purple. But I see that it has a little bit more yellow than the purple. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that color with that yellow. So it's not going to have the exact outlines of the image that you originally had, but it's going to be a little bit more cubes, a little bit more cubular. So I'm just going to work my way around here. I'm not going to do the whole thing for you guys, but I will kind of quickly fill in. So I'm looking at this square right here. I think it has mostly yellow, but it's going to be that kind of a darker yellow. I might make it even darker. So you see, as you fill in more of these squares and you change up the colors with it, it's going to start turning it into that pixel cartoon that we want. So you'll just kind of do that throughout the whole thing. And the more different colors that you add, the more it's going to look like it has shadows and like it has highlights. Think back to when we were doing the value practice, the lighter colors versus darker colors, the highlights and the shadows. You want to pay attention to those in the colors as well. As you can see up here on this petal, this top part of the petal is darker than the bottom part that's down here. So the bottom part, you're going to use a lighter purple than the top part. The top part up here, you'll want to use a little bit darker purple. So if I was going to try and match that color, let's see, I could use one of these pre-made ones, or I could do custom. I like to do custom so I can have more control over what my color looks like. So it's a pretty light purple, but it's not all the way at the white over here. That's more where the highlight's going to look like. It's going to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to move it a little bit closer to the black side. See if that gets closer. And I think it has a little bit more pink in it, so I'm going to move it over a little bit closer to the red. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's a pretty good match. If I wanted to, I could go back and change the color a little bit more, but that is just a good start. So I can fill in some of the other squares around it that have that same color. And it remembered my custom color that I made, so I don't have to remake it. Fill that in the corner here. So your corners, with this one right here, the D6 corner, it looks to me like it's about 50-50 of half of the petal and half of the background. I don't want you guys to worry about the backgrounds with these. I just want you to focus on the object. So I'm just going to fill in and pixelate this flower here. I'm not going to worry about the stem in the background or this gray in the background. You don't need to worry about that. So with this one, I would probably just fill it in with that purple we made. And you're going to go all the way around your entire object and fill in all of the squares that you think works with your objects and makes your object fill in a little bit more. So a pixel that I probably wouldn't fill in, if you look at this D8 right here, I probably would not fill that in. It has a little bit of the petal in it, but it is halfway or more of the background. So that is the color that would take over that pixel. So I wouldn't worry about that pixel right there. I would move on to the one next to it that is fully that petal color and fill that in. And the ones next to it. So your edges aren't going to be smooth and round. They're going to be kind of square, kind of cubey, and that's okay. That's going to be what makes it look like a pixel cartoon versus the real object. So once you guys have gone all the way around, it's going to take you a little bit of time depending on how big or small you made your photo originally. Because remember, I went and made the flower photo that I copy and pasted into this a little bit bigger. If you make yours fill up the whole page, it's going to take you more time to fill it in because you're going to be filling in more pixels. The more pixels that you fill in for your object, the more detail that you're going to get. You're going to have more chances to have different light and dark colors for your values of your object. And the more of those values that you get in there, the more realistic it's going to look like. So I want you guys to be working on that this week. I want you guys to have a total of 3 of those objects filled in on this pixel thing. So when you are completely finished, what I want you to do, once you have all of the pixels all the way around your flower or whatever object that you choose filled in, minus the background, what I want you to do is go and try and get rid of the photo in the back, the photo reference that we used. So what you might have to do, let's see, I selected one of the boxes and I right-clicked, so I'm going to hit cut. Okay, so I got rid of that box. So I think it was this one. Yep, okay. So now I've clicked on my photo in the background. I right-clicked and I'm going to hit cut. So you only do this once you have your entire pixel entire image all pixelated. You have all of those squares filled in for the ones that you need. Then you'll hit cut, and it will leave you with your image. Now mine isn't completely filled in, so it looks like just kind of some clumps of squares, but you can see how when I had those 3 different colors of yellow in the middle, it has a lot more value and a lot more depth. It looks a little bit more realistic than the part of the petal over here where I just used 1 color. So just kind of figure that out this week, see what looks good. You can always step back from your computer, delete the background, and then go back and change some things. So if I think, okay, this purple area over here is all kind of the same color, I might want to go back and change something so it looks a little bit more realistic and add some different values in there. So what I can do, that was the colors I had selected. Let's change that. Oops. Go back to custom is what I meant. And it remembered where I was, so I'm just going to make it a little bit lighter. So I'm going to bring it closer to the white side. Hit OK. And there we go. So it added a little bit more value. And so if I did that with the whole petal and it had those darker values and the lighter values, it's going to make it look a lot more kind of realistic and not just all one same color. All right, and then you'll title it something that you can remember, like Pixel Practice Flower. And so you'll save it like that. File, download, and when you download it as a JPEG. That's going to be the easiest to upload to Schoology. If you download it as a PDF, it's going to take a lot longer to upload. So just download it as a JPEG. All right, that should be it. If you guys have any questions, please just let me know.